All right, let's talk about winning at poker today. It can feel, well, impossible to find a real edge, right? But forget all that complex theory for a minute. We're going to dive into some simple, practical hacks that you can start using, like tonight, to win more.
I mean, does this sound familiar? You sit down at the table, you're ready to play your A game, but somehow you just feel like you're always one step behind everyone else. It's frustrating, right?
And honestly, it's no wonder you feel that way. We are absolutely drowning in information. Endless training videos, podcasts, super complex strategy articles. It's so easy to feel like everyone else has cracked some secret code that you just don't have. It really makes getting ahead feel impossible.
But what if the answer isn't to pile on more complexity? What if it's about simplifying and focusing on just one number? That number is 4.
That's it. Your biggest advantages aren't going to come from memorizing a million charts or becoming a GTO wizard overnight. Nope. They come from 4 super practical hacks that, and this is the best part, most players are completely ignoring. All right, hack number 1. And honestly, this might be the most important one of all. It's all about choosing your battlefield. You see, the poker game starts long before the first card is even dealt. And getting this right gives you a huge head start. So what's the edge here? It's dead simple. Your job is to find and play in soft games. Games filled with players who just, well, they make more mistakes than you do. Remember, this isn't about proving you're the best poker player on the planet. It's about finding the most profitable situations and just printing money.
So what are we looking for? What does a profitable game even look like? Well, it's often going to be at lower stakes. You're going to see more recreational players, folks just having a good time. And you want a good seat, right? Preferably with the weaker players on your right. Your mission is to actively hunt for these games and just steer clear of the tables full of sharks. Seriously, that skill alone is a massive edge most people don't even think about.
Okay, so you found the perfect game. You're in a great spot. What's next? Hack number 2 is all about mastering your mind, because your toughest opponent is always sitting right there with you at the table. And that opponent is you.
Yeah, we have to talk about the big one, tilt. We've all been there, you know? It's that red mist, that fog of frustration that just completely hijacks your brain. Your strategy goes out the window, and you start making these awful decisions, getting way too aggressive or sometimes way too scared. And here are the telltale signs. You start chasing losses, trying to win it all back in one hand. You're playing garbage hands you know you should fold. Or the classic, you jump up in stakes hoping to get even fast. Come on, if any of that sounds even a little familiar, you've been on tilt. And look, just recognizing these signs is the crucial first step to getting it under control.
There's a reason people call it the silent bankroll killer, because it is. You can have the most brilliant strategy in the world, but it's completely useless the second your mental game falls apart. And here's the flip side. Mastering your own emotions isn't just about defense. It becomes an offensive weapon when you see your opponents start to lose their cool.
Okay, that brings us to hack number 3. And this is a big one. We've all done it, right? We watch hours of training videos, we read the books, but all that knowledge doesn't automatically turn into more chips. Why? Because it's all about how you practice. Just think about it this way. It's like learning to drive. You can't become a good driver just by watching a bunch of YouTube videos of people driving. That's just passive learning. The real skill building happens when you actually get behind the wheel, right? You practice one thing at a time, parking, changing lanes, whatever, over and over again. Poker is exactly the same. So how do you do this? Here's a super practical 4-step loop you can use. First, you pick just one skill. Let's say it's check raising the turn. Second, when you play, you deliberately look for spots to practice that one thing. Third, you pay attention. Who does this work against? Who does it not work against? And fourth, after the session, you review your play. That's it. That's the loop. This is how you build skills that actually stick.
And now for our final hack. And trust me, this one is a real game changer, because we're going to talk about how to turn your biggest weaknesses into your most powerful weapons. So first, let's be clear. What even is a poker leak? Think of your game like a bucket holding your money. A leak is any habitual mistake, any little bad habit that's poking a hole in that bucket and letting your money drip away over time. Maybe you call down way too often, or you always bluff in the wrong spots. Those are your leaks.
Now, plugging these leaks is a 2-step process. Step 1 is just defense. It's about finding and fixing your own mistakes.
Every single leak you patch up stops you from bleeding chips. It immediately saves you money.
But here's where it gets really, really powerful. This is step 2. Once you've learned how to spot a leak in your own game, you suddenly have this superpower to see that exact same mistake in other people. And that's when you flip the switch from defense to offense. That is how you go from saving money to making money.
So there you have it, the 4 big edges. Choose the right game, master your mind, practice with purpose, and plug your leaks. That's the blueprint, right there.
So, the big question is, where on earth do you start? I know, it can feel like a lot to tackle all at once. But the answer is actually really simple. Don't try to do everything at once. Just pick one. That's it, just one of these 4 edges. Maybe for the next week you only focus on game selection, or maybe you just work on your tilt control. Pick one and commit to it.
And I'm going to leave you with this last thought because it's so important. The honest truth is, most players, they're just not going to do this. They won't put in this kind of focused work. And that fact, right there, that is your biggest advantage of all.
Start a live chat now to join one of our clubs or ask us any questions. Message at BluffingMonkeys24_7 on Telegram or visit bluffingmonkeys.com and start a live chat.